Did you happen to look up into the nighttime skies over the weekend? Did you see anything strange? Many of our viewers did. Some even caught the glowing orbs on tape.
Glowing orbs flowing high in the air.
Thousands of people saw these 4 mysterious lights in the sky outside Phoenix Monday night.
A UFO.
The United States Air Force said it could not identify them. Air traffic controllers from 2 different airports say they saw the lights, but they definitely were not from any of their airplanes.
Above the skies of Northeast and East El Paso tonight, a sight that was a little more than stunning. This is what one of our photographers, Ram Moreno, caught on video. One solitary light that appears to be falling in the sky. But that light suddenly breaks apart into 2, then 3 separate lights. Those lights then just freeze in the air and begin to hover.
This is the weird, unsettling sight Paul, a longtime pilot, captured on tape. Mysterious red lights in a diagonal formation just hovering above his yard in Whippany.
Strange lights over the skies of San Diego.
Strange lights over Lake Erie.
Over Phoenix, Arizona.
A group of unidentified flying objects in the sky over Manhattan.
UFOs were kind of flying over Chicago.
This is just a great mystery. What is this in the East Texas sky?
The same orbs have been spotted in London, Mexico, Canada, California, and Texas.
So this is something that's in the sky that people do not know what it is.
On 7 News at 5:30, a strange sighting above Boulder County a week ago. 3 lights in the night sky. The folks who saw them are asking,
what the fuck?
What the hell is that?
What in the world is this?
I have no idea what the hell that is. And I'm about to shit my pants.
Yes, it certainly seems to be an interesting wave of sightings.
And check this out. The 3 lights are close to each other, then spread out into this triangle pattern. Now, look at the patterns side by side. This from Manhattan and the other tonight in El Paso. I gotta tell you, they do look eerily similar.
If it looks familiar, it should. Remember the Phoenix lights from the late 90s? Thousands saw the triangular glow in the night sky. The military said they were flares. Many are still skeptical.
Could these lights have been flares dropped from planes, which some say explains the Phoenix phenomenon? Well, flares fall from the sky, and these did not, as you saw, so the mystery continues.
There's no way that's flares. My brother said it's flares. Now it just pops up out of nowhere.
Okay, in my opinion, there's no way it could be some type of flare. It had to be something other because, like I say, it was they stayed in one area, they didn't drift off, and they made very specific formations.
Just that they looked like very, in a formation, that they had a purpose.
Strange red lights, brighter than a star, moving slowly in a triangular shape closer and closer.
This triangle shape, that just looks kind of weird.
In perfect triangle form, that's when you're like, wow, what is this thing?
So when you say they were in formation, okay, we're watching some video now, I don't know if you can see it, but they kind of move apart and then they kind of come back together. What did you think when you saw this?
Extraterrestrials?
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
And I suspect that unless the Defense Department proves us otherwise, that it was probably some form of an alien spacecraft.
Skeptics say there must be a perfectly good explanation, one that doesn't involve little green men.
Could be an airplane making a turn.
Nigga, those is not airplanes.
Could be a meteor. We love meteors.
Wait a minute, it's not a shooting star because it's slowed down.
Could be sea monkeys, which are brine shrimp, shot in the right light and superimposed on the blue sky with the shaky thing.
I don't see how that would explain it exactly, but
it's just quite a step to say there was a film with remarkable images on it. It's quite a step from there to say it was definitely a spacecraft from another civilization.
That's quite a step. You bet it's quite a step.
You know, any reasonable mind would have to say there's something fantastic going on here.
The universe is vast because if you take, you know, the 200 billion suns just in this little Milky Way galaxy with planets evolving around them, and then you add that the 500 billion galaxies that are just like this one out there, it's so vast and it's inhabited, and there's beings that are thousands, millions, even billions of years ahead of us.
Hill believes the latest mystery lights over Lake Erie are from a higher power, a benevolent entity that for some reason is making more frequent visits to our area.
Does it scare you at all?
A little bit, but I mean, I'm a little optimistic. If it's something beneficial for us, then I am very excited, and who knows what it'll be.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why don't these aliens just show up for everyone to see? Go ahead, park your spaceship right in front of our 19 Action News studios here, and I will personally hand any little green man this microphone. Seriously, enough with the appearances on home video shot by a select few. Hill has an answer for that.
We couldn't have the outcome that I believe they intend, which is for us to become a galactic society and a peaceful society.
The way he sees it, the alien appearances are as beautiful as they are peaceful. And a sudden visit would be as traumatic to us as 9/11, like a terrorist attack. But he says time will reveal all truth.
They will. They will.
What'd you think those red lights were?
Aliens.
Really?
Hi.
Another strange sighting has a lot of people talking in Arizona. It's not the first time mysterious lights have been spotted hovering the night sky there, but this time we have pictures. And joining us now is reporter Brad Drenning, who witnessed the whole thing and took some incredible pictures, and it's the most viewed video ever on our user-generated community website, ireport.com. Hi, Brad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. First off, thank you so much for taking the pictures and sharing them with us. I want you to tell us, how did it all go down? Just tell us about what happened last night.
My family and I were watching television last evening just after dinner. My son, David Drenning, one of his friends, Kyle, called and he said, hey, there's some lights outside. You need to go check them out. And we walked outside and we looked up, and it was just kind of, total amazement. We looked at it for quite a while. I ran in. I'm a big CNN watcher. Ran in, I grabbed my camera, and we started filming, right away. So it was just amazing. It's hard to even describe, but they just sat there. They didn't move. They stayed in one position as far as in the same area. And then they just started making different formations. So it was very hard to explain, but very exciting all at the same time. And I think you can hear that from the video. Right. We could hear your children talking in the background, too. Could you hear any types of noises coming from these lights? We couldn't hear any noises. They were very far away. I mean, there was a plane in the video that you can see. There was a plane, but it was probably 30 or 40,000 feet lower than what we were able to. The lights were way up there. I don't know how to explain that. So when you say they were in formation, okay, we're watching some video now. I don't know if you could see it, but they kind of move apart and then they kind of come back together. What did you think when you saw this? Well, like I say, at first they were in a straight line before we got the camera, and then they started moving into different formations. I've actually am working with some of your folks there in Atlanta right now. I'm downloading another almost 11 minutes of video from the same situation there. And they moved in different formations, trapezoid, square, kind of a W, and then it moved into a diamond. So it was very specific type formations, and then one by one they started to blink, and one would take off, and then very systematically, and then the fourth and final one stayed up there for about another 4 or 5 minutes on its own. Well, of course, you probably heard the military came out today and said they had no type of aircraft in the area or were doing any exercises there. I'm sure you heard that. Have you lived in Phoenix very long? We've been in Phoenix for about 8 years. Okay, have you ever seen anything like this? Because a lot of people have said they have seen things such as this before. I have never witnessed anything like this before. We've heard all the different, situations and stories, if you will. But this was the first time we actually witnessed something of this nature. Has anybody from the military tried to contact you to get your video and see what it is? Actually, no. No one from the military has contacted me. There's been several different media outlets, if you will, that have been contacting me all morning. But nothing from the military as of yet. Now, if you had to say what it is, would you say it's a UFO? You know what? I know that, in my opinion... That's a tough question. I don't mean to put you on the spot. No, it's okay. In my opinion, there's no way it could be some type of flare. It had to be something other, because, like I say, it was... They stayed in one area, they didn't drift off, and they made very specific formations. So it was something that's very hard to explain. A UFO... right. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it's almost one of those things you definitely have to see to believe, and that's what we're doing right now through your video, and we really appreciate you sharing that story with us. Again, Brad Drenning from Phoenix, Arizona, one of our iReporters, and hey, if you see anything else, please be sure to send it again. Thank you for joining us. I sure will. Thank you.
Yesterday in this hour, we told you about the mysterious lights that keep appearing over Lake Erie near Cleveland. Here is some home video of the lights that neighbors in the area say are unlike aircraft or helicopters that fly there. And last night, for the 8th night in a row, they said these lights were back, appearing around 7:30 p.m. and lasting about 2 hours. NASA has a lab in Cleveland called the Glenn Research Center. They test rockets and various aircraft, but say they haven't done any testing this week. A Pentagon official told me the U.S. military has not been testing anything recently in that area. And the FAA acknowledges the light pattern seems different from commercial flight paths in the area. So what on earth is going on? Joining us is UFO expert Nick Pope from our London bureau. Nick ran the British government's UFO project at the Ministry of Defense. Nick, first of all, what do you make of what we're all hearing from Cleveland? 8 days, the lights seem to be similar, but they look unlike anything that people have ever seen.
Yes, it certainly seems to be an interesting wave of sightings, and it's always fascinating when you get activity like this over a period of different nights. I think my key question would be, and it's really a question for the Air Force and the FAA, has anyone checked the radar tapes to see if anything unusual was tracked?
Well, as a matter of fact, I spoke to officials at the FAA today. They checked in with Cleveland Air Traffic Control, and they don't have anything unusual, nothing unusual on the radar, no unusual reporting from any pilots. Is it possible that maybe this is some sort of a helicopter or rescue service from one of the Cleveland hospitals that people east of the city are looking at a little bit differently?
I wouldn't have thought so, and I've seen some of this footage myself, and what struck me about it was the way that it appeared to change color at some stage, and that's quite interesting. I mean, I think as ever, one would need to get hold of the original camera, the original film footage, and do some proper forensic analysis to get to the bottom of it. But it's certainly interesting, and as I say, the fact that it's come back over several nights and been seen by many different people makes it quite a significant sighting.
Well, and as far as the analysis of the film, we intend to do just that, and it's now several people. We're being told that because this has been happening night after night, people are now gathered on the beaches along Lake Erie near Euclid, Ohio, where this kid first saw it. And apparently, again, for 8 nights in a row, it happens about each night between 7 and 7:30 in the evening. The lights stay up for about 2 hours. Sometimes they dim, sometimes they get brighter, sometimes they move up, they move to one side, and then they eventually disappear. What do you make of it all?
Well, most UFO sightings do turn out to have conventional explanations. They can be lasers, searchlights, fireworks, the Chinese lanterns, which are quite popular, and people let these off at parties and barbecues and things like that. But I think what is interesting is that these days, of course, almost everyone has a cell phone with the capability to take photos and videos. So out of the tens of thousands of people who see UFOs each year, we're getting more and more of this interesting footage. So we're more likely to get to the bottom of these sorts of mysteries.
Well, we certainly hope to get to the bottom of this one. Nick Pope from London, thank you so much, Nick. We will keep you posted on how things go over here. We appreciate it.
It's not the first time someone has recorded something mysterious over Lake Erie, but it could be the first time it's this clear.
It was just probably one of the craziest nights of activity I've ever experienced.
Michael Lee Hill is the self-described UFO enthusiast who's releasing this never-before-seen video. According to Hill, the video was shot in November on the east side near his home in Eastlake. It obviously shows something, but what is what's up for debate.
I've been filming these for a long time, and it's just grown to the point where they've let me know. They know I'm sitting there filming them. You know, they'll come in, every year they've come in closer and closer.
I go outside and I look up in the sky and I see them up there. Every so often you see strange lights blinking on and off.
It's not hard to find people who believe the lakeshore is a hotbed for extraterrestrial activity. Last year, in fact, Fox 8 revealed these images of similar lights over the lake. What the hell? Whoa!
There's a smaller one flying into it or something.
Dude, it's angels circling the earth, man.
What's this coming up to it, man? No way. I got this on tape, man.
Oh, this is a trip.
Dude, there's one stopping right into it. It's hovering.
I know, I see.
Dude, this ain't even right.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Dude, I got it on tape. What the hell? That's the craziest thing ever.
I'm telling you, it's the mothership being guided in this way.
Whoa.
It's so bright, it's reflecting on the lake.
Dude, it's beautiful.
You see that? It's reflecting.
Oh, I got it. I'm filming it, dude.
I'm just saying it for documentation, man.
Yeah, it's dude.
It's so bright, it's causing like the sunset with the sun.
Yeah.
That's important. It was like a refueling or something.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
Dude, we just saw something amazing.
This one's coming closer over here, man.
Yeah, here comes another one.
Lights over the lake that Eugene Ehrlich first noticed near his Euclid apartment in March. And now that it's May,
there have been more each day. They've been brighter, they've been more colorful, and more people have been seeing them.
After first recording the lights on March 3rd, Eugene says he's heard from people around the world, including Michael Lee Hill. He happens to live right down the street and claims to have seen the same thing.
As I was down at the beach, over my right-hand shoulder, I see this really bright light, and it's coming right up, like really low, right over treetop level.
Hill also recorded his close encounter near Lake Erie and describes the object as a triangle with lights on each corner.
This was absolutely silent until it got right over top of my head, then it kind of sounded like a vacuum cleaner. That's the only sound. It's like this low little hum.
We realized later, the next few days, that we filmed the same exact thing, doing the same formations, and it is just astounding.
This area has always been pretty popular for UFO sightings.
Aaron Clark is with the Cleveland Ufology Project, founded back in 1952. Members meet regularly to talk about the many reported sightings in Northeast Ohio, including this recent round near Euclid.
People really get interested when there's a mystery, and this is one of the biggest mysteries out there.
So what's the deal? You can't help but wonder why so many reported sightings here over Cleveland, and does it maybe have something to do with Lake Erie? By the way, that isn't real.
This is just flying over really slow. I can hear a slight hum.
Strange lights over the skies of San Diego. If you saw them last night, just about a half hour after midnight, you were not the only one. We received a number of emails today asking about them. Even got a call from a group in Claremont who captured the display on camera.
What the hell are those?
Wait a minute.
Whoa! Guys, everyone out here!
Come here!
Ryan, come look at this!
It's about midnight on the first day of 2008 when a string of 9 lights heading from east to west are spotted over San Diego.
There's a big commotion over in the corner. We could tell something really exciting was going on.
Nat Coyle was among a group of college friends at a New Year's party in West Claremont.
I looked up at what they were looking at, and right then and there, I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So I had the camera on me and I started to record.
They all moved uniformly in a uniform speed. They moved in an arc. They didn't move in a straight line. Like I said, we live with a couple guys who are astrophysics majors, and they're sitting there, running through the list of possible things, and we ran out of things before we could identify what it was.
Similar accounts have been coming to Fox 6 via email. Quote, they were very bright, almost an amber color. They were not jets, helicopters, or fireworks. There was no sound that we could hear or blinking as on an airplane. They were neither airplanes nor fireworks.
Those are the anti-nuclear missiles.
They were just much too bright and moving much too fast, and then disappearing over the horizon, like into the distance, not even disappearing, say, over the mountain or over the horizon, just disappearing into the distance. It was a little bizarre.
Spooky a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It looked like a group of helicopters to me, but people who saw them in person say that's not the case. Living in San Diego, we figure the most likely explanation, though, is military. Vandenberg Air Force Base says their last missile test was December 8th, and on this New Year's Day, we were unable to get through to Miramar. Now, if you think you know what those lights in the sky were last night, send us an email, let us know, newstips@fox6.com.
En el estado de Ohio, en el Midwest de los Estados Unidos, se encuentra el lago Erie, uno de los grandes lagos. Ahí, recientemente, en los últimos meses, se han venido grabando imágenes notables, extraordinarias, de lo que parece ser objetos inteligentes. En el mes de mayo pasado, se grabó nuevamente un video extraordinario que le vamos a presentar aquí. Evidentemente que estos objetos no pueden ser aviones, y entonces, ¿qué son? La historia con Carlos Clemente.
La oleada ovni que se ha estado generando en el lago Erie en los Estados Unidos desde el año 2001 ha llamado la atención. Ha recibido una amplia cobertura por parte de los medios de comunicación que después de cada avistamiento importante presentan las imágenes a la opinión pública.
Have you seen the mysterious lights over Lake Erie? Many people suspect they could be signals from space. Jen Pachano explains those sightings and one theory about their origin.
What do you see when you watch this home video?
What's this coming up to it, man? No way. I got this on tape, man.
It was taken on a Lake Erie spring night.
I go outside and I look up in the sky and I see them up there. Every so often you see strange lights blinking on and off.
It's not hard to find people who believe the lakeshore is a hotbed for extraterrestrial activity. Last year, in fact, Fox 8 revealed these images of similar lights over the lake.
Now, it goes without saying, but of course we'll say it anyway. NASA, the military, no one will comment on any of this. But we do know planes are always landing and taking off at Hopkins and, of course, on the other side of the lake in Canada. Michael Lee Hill says none of that matters. We'll know more soon enough when they decide to reveal themselves. Mark Zinni.
Hi, live in the Newsplex with the story, new at 11. Yes, Denise, you might remember the last time we tried to broadcast some of Michael Lee Hill's UFO video, our computer system crashed. Coincidence? Tonight, barring any alien interruptions, here's Hill's latest home video that may make a believer out of you. What in the world is this, or should we say out of this world? A pulsating orb of light hovering over Lake Erie near the East Lake shore. Michael Lee Hill behind the camera. The UFO researcher says without a doubt what you're seeing are
extraterrestrials.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
One showing up next.
The video shot last fall just put on YouTube and already's gotten more than 660,000 hits.
Debido a la extensa difusión de noticias acerca de las observaciones que son constantes en el área del lago, grupos de personas están acampando a las orillas para poder ser testigos de la aparición de estos objetos misteriosos. Los expertos han analizado las evidencias y consultaron con personal de la torre de control del aeropuerto, pero hasta el momento no ha habido ninguna respuesta acerca de lo que ha estado ocurriendo. Incluso hay quienes piensan que existe una base extraterrestre en el lago, y otros solo se limitan a decir que es un punto caliente para ver ovnis. La historia del lago tiene al menos 150 años de sucesos extraños. Su nombre es de una tribu norteamericana llamados los Erieloxnan, o personas con cola larga. Las anécdotas datan de la guerra civil entre los años 1861 y 1865, en donde la gente advertía a los forasteros acerca de las luces del lago. Desde el año 2004, un grupo de investigación de la ciudad de Cleveland ha documentado por lo menos 40 avistamientos de importancia desde el noroeste de Ohio y el área de playas del lago Erie. En el 2010 la cantidad de reportes se incrementa de manera notable. El reportero David Schuster de la NBC presentó un reporte donde la NASA y la milicia argumentaron no saber el origen de estas misteriosas luces.
NASA has a lab in Cleveland called the Glenn Research Center. They test rockets and various aircraft, but say they haven't done any testing this week. A Pentagon official told me the U.S. military has not been testing anything recently in that area. And the FAA acknowledges the light pattern seems different from commercial flight paths in the area.
Las evidencias son claras y al parecer algo está ocurriendo, ya que desde hace tiempo en este sitio de los Estados Unidos se han estado presentando estos misteriosos objetos. Le acabamos de mostrar las evidencias del lago Erie en los Estados Unidos, un lugar en donde los ovnis se han estado viendo desde el 2010 y ahora en el 2011 hay nuevas evidencias. Nosotros continuaremos a la expectativa y le mostraremos aquí más de estas evidencias.
There's no sound.
Oh my God, this is creepy.
No sound, they're flickering. This one's going faster back here. There's more coming. This is freaking aliens. There's more coming. How? What the hell? There's more coming.
Still more?
Yes.
Oh my God, they're gonna end there.
Oh.
Look at that.
Holy crap. We've seen easily over 20 of these things. Holy shit. I should have got some binoculars. I can't make out what it is. I mean, there's binoculars in that closet in the utility room. Get them and see if you can get a better look at it. Look at that one's moving like crazy. Holy crap, they're moving too. What the hell is this? What do you see with the binoculars? Can you make out what they are? Take the covers off. What is this? What is this? I've never seen anything like this. On the top.
Fuck. It's insane.
गुरुद्वारे तो वहाँ है।
It's not. Those
शीशे
are
ना पाओ,
UFOs.
शीशे की
What the hell?
It's a noise. See?
Holy crap, what is it? Does it say anything?
गुरुद्वारे तो है. Something's falling.
Huh?
That one's fizzling out.
Yeah, there were a lot. But you know, they're just gonna go in.
पीछे.
Stop now after that.
Oh, that कोरो आ गया. गुरुद्वारे तो वहाँ है.
There's more?
What's happening there? Holy, that one's coming so fast. I bet check outside. They're fizzing out. It must have been something that fell from space or something.
I think. But they're coming from that side, right
They're
there.
fizzling out.
But they're coming from there, right there. Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah, that's a fireball or something.
Where's it coming
That's where they're
from?
coming.
Holy shit.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. What are they? Put on the news or
What
something.
the hell?
Is that a video?
Weird, yeah. You can't really see it though. Like, I can't really zoom in.
That is. It's
But you can
looks
see
like
it.
it's going up.
Yeah,
It's
but
coming still. Like
if-
that one's even brighter.
if it was coming from the sky, why would it be going up? Like, you know what I mean?
Right by the Gurdwara.
It's like a fireball or something.
But it's going up.
Those ones are pretty intense looking ones.
They're not like flares or anything.
It's weird.
Well, nothing's happening to the planes. It's like they're going back in the air. Remember it happened around like sometime at a whole bunch of people at the Gurdwara and it happened?
Really? I don't know.
Some weird things.
That's so
That's it. It's some sort of something from space.
Space, but they're coming, you see, like from the bottom.
They're like changing colors. You see that? Look at the video though. You see
Oh,
that?
that's weird.
That is weird.
Why is it flashing in yours?
Oh, what? Yeah, I don't know what that flashing red light is.
Goodness. That is weird.
Whoa.
Oh shit. I don't hear any noise from
No, nothing.
That was fucking
Yeah, they are some of them with
weird.
the chili color.
They're changing color on my
That's the weirdest shit I've seen.
video camera.
I know.
Holy
crap.
shit.
I know.
That is so weird.
Now, though, the politics of UFOs. Mexican Air Force pilots capturing on videotape what are said to be 11, count them, 11 UFOs, unidentified flying objects. They are officially that. Bright objects, some sharp points of light moving quickly across the sky. The tape called historic by some. Members of the Mexican Defense Department saying it's the first time UFOs have had the backing of any country's armed forces. Now, a group of activists calling on the United States government to end what it says is an embargo on the truth about extraterrestrial life. What is that thing on your screen? With us now from Washington is Stephen Bassett, founder and executive director of the Extraterrestrial Phenomena Political Action Committee. Last time he was here, he was running for Congress, was unsuccessful in that venture. But I will ask you today, sir, the Mexican government, the Mexican military says, hey, we took these pictures, these are UFOs. What was that, do you know?
This is significant for two reasons, Shepard. One, this is released by the Defense Ministry of Mexico. This is a message being sent to the United States government that Mexico and many other governments are losing patience with our government's intransigence in ending this embargo. Other messages have been sent by France in 1999 with the Cometa report, and by the United Kingdom when they released a substantial number of documents regarding the Bentwaters case in 2000. Many countries know about the extraterrestrial presence, but they deferred to the United States with regard to the timing of when disclosure would take place. But they're simply losing patience.
How do we know this, by the way?
Well, we know it by paying attention. I've been following this now for 10 years. We call it the politics of disclosure, the disclosure process. Hundreds of government witnesses in this country have come forward, and other governments are putting pressure on our government. The media hasn't covered it thoroughly enough, Shepard. If it did, it would learn about some of the things I'm mentioning here, and also learn about thousands of other videos and photographs that have been taken over Mexico by Mexican citizens since 1991.
There's absolutely no question about that, and his number, thousands, is accurate since 1991. Thousands of pictures and videotapes of discs, but never anything like this, taken by such sophisticated cameras on board military vehicles.
Oh, there's been plenty of...
But not as clear and widespread as this, and government confirmed in this way. I'm just saying that these are unusual in that way.
Oh, no, it's happened many times before, but this is the first time it's been released. Believe me, there is evidence like this in the archives of every major first world government in the country, but they release this publicly in a news conference in Mexico City. That's the difference.
Studies have been done that, quote, clearly indicate the likelihood of an extraterrestrial explanation. But there are people sitting out there, I'm hoping there are millions of people watching at the moment, who are saying, this is nutty. Why, you know, why do we even talk about such things?
The polls show otherwise, Shepard. CNN, Time, Reuters polls, last 10 years, consistently, 50% of all Americans believe the extraterrestrial explanation accounts for these sightings. Up to as many as 90% of Americans believe the government is outright lying. The polls are unambiguous, year after year, the same thing. In fact, if you could talk anonymously to people, even in Congress, probably 50% of members of Congress already convinced that the extraterrestrial presence explains this phenomena. Disclosure is at hand. It is very close, and the American people need to prepare themselves very soon for an announcement from our government that there is, in fact, an extraterrestrial presence engaging this planet and the human race.
All right. Well, there you have it. Very interesting. Thank you. We'll try to find out more about the lights, and the next time there's a congressman around, I'll ask him. Probably not on the camera, but I'll ask him off the camera. So there's something to feed on.
A las 7, a la misma altura.
Hay unas nubes ahí, se debe de ver.
Pero, a ver, busquen eso que viene atrás de nosotros.
Ve cómo se ve como en dos faros.
Viene como a las 7, 8 de la posición. Lo raro es que trae una punta adelante, un puntito adelante.
A ver, radar, ¿qué tenemos?
Nada, señor. A ver, permítame, déjale busco.
¿Y nosotros?
Comandante, ¿qué es eso?
¿Qué distancia más o menos lo tenías, Telles?
Oye, a ver, abusados, es como...
Ahí van más, siguen más atrás. Son 10, 11 objetos.
Son muchos objetos.
Afirmativo. Ahí van. Va, uno. Y ahí van los atrás. Siguientes.
¿Qué es eso, Dios mío?
Se me correteando.
¿Qué es eso? A ver, trata de enfocar.
Máximo.
Ok, no dejes que los dejes atrás. Ok.
Van.
Sigue ese, no lo dejes,
No, van todos, van aproximadamente como 10.
Como
¿Ya
4.
lo dio? ¿Ya lo dio? ¿Qué van pasando?
Tú van a no lo cierres.
Ahí van.
3, 4, 5, 6. Son 6.
¿Abajo o arriba o arriba?
En medio, ahí van
a ir 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Qué barbaridad,
Ahí se van a ver bien. Y van a una velocidad, pero... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 en la pantalla.
Síguelo, no lo cierras.
¿Están a la misma altura, Telles?
Afirmativo.
Un poquito, arriba.
8, 9, 10, 11 contando toda la cola. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Ok, no sabemos qué estamos viendo, son unos objetos nada más luminosos que vienen a la misma altura que nosotros. Pues no podemos saber qué distancia. ¿Por qué nos vienen siguiendo?
The Mexican Air Force has released a video that some of you are going to find difficult to believe. A journalist says it shows images of UFOs tracking a Mexican military plane. He says Mexico's defense secretary gave him the video, which was allegedly taken by the pilot during a patrol. The pilot says up to 16 lights were tracking his aircraft. The Mexican defense secretary says images like these have never been released to the public by the armed forces of any country.
And they're saying scientists can look at them and try to figure out what they think, if they're really
Watch this amateur video closely, and you'll see a mysterious white light flying above Key Tower.
What the hell is it?
Sam Phillips recorded this video in the early morning hours of Saturday, March 10th.
It was making maneuvers. It was going really weird. It was just shooting out and coming back and going towards the light. And I never seen nothing like it.
A similar sighting was made the following night, but this is the only known video of the unidentified object in the air.
I wasn't afraid, but I felt like something zapped my energy because I slept 3 days after that.
No lights flying above Key Bank Tower tonight, but Phillips says what he saw that he captured on DVD may have appeared because there was a peace rally going on down below.
I believe it was UFOs that came to the peace vigil because peace is a universal thing, and we are in dire straits on this planet. And we need any little bit of help that we can get, you know, from this planet or beyond.
Phillips says he's contacted police, hoping someone will be able to explain what he and close to a dozen others saw.
I want an explanation. I want to know, what is lights doing on top of a building in the age of terror.
So far, no answers, only questions and intrigue about what may still be out there up above. In Cleveland, Denise Strelzik, 19 Action News.
Просто пипец какой-то.
Смотри, еще появляются вот слева, блядь.
Где, откуда?
Вот слева идут. Видишь, еще появляются, блядь.
Слева я не знаю, ты где.
Ну над домами, блядь, вон видишь, 2 штуки еще, блядь, идут.
Ха-ха! Космические корабли. Ну это жестоко.
Я ж тебе, блядь, сразу заорал, блядь.
Да я слышал.
Охуеть надо, блядь.
Твою ногу. Я даже не знаю. Я даже не знаю, куда смотреть.
Под облаками идут, блядь.
Под облаками. А чё снимать? Я даже не знаю.
Ну,
тут их миллион. А как я тебе их все, они в камеру не вмещаются?
По очереди, блядь.
Ой, сейчас попробую хотя бы один увеличить.
Один он уходит влево, видишь, блядь?
Нет, я хочу увеличить его. Максимум. Сколько смогу. Ну, шар и шар.
Хуй его насчет такое. Вон они вправо пошли, видишь, сколько их, блядь?
Ебёна мать.
Ну, 50, блядь.
Да не меньше 50, согласен. Да они все равно лезут и лезут.
Он последний идет, блядь, с левой стороны, блядь.
Я сказал, что евреи не успеют ни хера свои акции совершить. Говорил, нет? А?
Policajti reagovali na viaceré telefonáty, ktoré ich na 19 záhadných telies upozornili. S nemým úžasom sledovali nevysvetliteľné divadlo na oblohe.
Približne pod uhlom 45 stupňov sme videli tieto objekty.
Zobral som kameru a snímal som to. Skrátka, javilo sa to ako veľké žeravé gule.
Samozrejme tú vzdialenosť ja nemohol som v žiadnom prípade určiť, ale to dopravné lietadlo, to blikalo, to sme počuli, letelo pod nimi.
Videozáznam si pozreli aj na Slovenskom hydrometeorologickom ústave v Bratislave a nevedia si to vysvetliť. Jasno však majú ufológovia.
Môžem povedať, že tie javy, ktoré sú tam znázornené, pravdepodobne nesúvisia vôbec s počasím ani s poveternostnou situáciou. V tú noc bolo v Trenčíne jasno, teplota okolo 12 stupňov, slabý severovýchodný vietor. Nič, čo by z poveternostných javov nasvedčovalo tomu, že by tam mohli byť nejaké optické úkazy v atmosfére.
Sú na objekty UFO, ktoré patria do kategórie neznámych lietajúcich objektov. Videl som už takéto zábery niekoľko, naposledy v Čechách, aj v zahraničí.
Objekty menili formácie a po chvíli zmizli. Na prvý pohľad to vyzeralo ako súhvezdie. Ufológ to však popiera.
Nakoľko hviezdy pri nafilmovaní vytvárajú okolo seba určité spektrum.
porovnaní s hviezdami to bolo o moc veľké. Čiste by som povedal tvar fotbalovej lopty a špendlík.
Well, NASA has cleared the shuttle Atlantis for landing tomorrow morning, I think about 6:41, despite astronauts spotting 3 new pieces of debris floating in space.
This is one day after the discovery of 2 other mysterious objects. Kim McIntyre is down at Johnson Space Center, and she has an update for us. Hey, Kim.
Hi, Mike and Juliet. Yeah, NASA gave the astronauts the good news for a landing tomorrow, but only after they did a very intense study of the shuttle's protective heat shield. Now, they had 5 pieces of debris floating around close to the shuttle today. NASA wanted to make sure the shuttle was intact and ready to withstand the long and dangerous journey back home. NASA says nothing stood out and was not out of place during the 4.5-hour inspection of the shuttle, but mission managers did an additional survey of the shuttle's protective heat shield anyway. The surveys were initially sparked by a mysterious object floating under the spacecraft yesterday. It was detected shortly after a routine check of the shuttle's steering jets. Now, since Columbia, NASA developed several tools and procedures to safeguard the shuttle while in space. NASA admits they may never know exactly what the unknown objects are, but confirms the shuttle is ready to handle the 3,000-degree temperatures it will meet as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere.
Over the years, we have chased many of these things, maybe not with the visibility that this one has gotten, and rarely, if ever, been able to pinpoint exactly where they came from, and always finding out that it didn't pose us any hazard.
A little perspective here. Wow. That is unbelievably bright out here. Holy shit. How beautiful is that? I'm gonna back out so you can see what's going on. One of them disappeared. I shouldn't have moved. One of them disappeared. Yikes. Uh-oh. Wow, it's getting really bright. Wow.